All right. You ready? All right. Welcome, Elijah and Geordie. Today we're just going to go through my reference guide for putter fitting. It's based off of the Bruce Rurick model for putter fitting. So we'll get into it. So the 9 profiles, what are they? While much of modern putting instruction is based on conforming to a specific method or theory, studying the techniques of the game's most successful players offers a very different perspective. When we analyse elite putting strokes, a consistent pattern emerges. The best strokes are often highly individual. If the goal is excellence, then the idea of a one-stroke-fits-all approach simply doesn't hold up, unless we're prepared to suggest that legends like Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods were doing it wrong somehow. So the 9 profiles is basically a collection of strokes that we see when we measure on Sam Putt Lab. If you collate a bunch of strokes within 1.5 standard deviations, you basically get these 9 strokes. So what are they? This is profile 1. This is a minimal arc tilted to the right, so a forward ball position with your eyes over it would be the easiest way to think about it. From here, we see an arc that's tilted inside down the line. This is Arnold Palmer's stroke. Profile 2 is a minimal arc, equal both sides of the ball position. This is basically in line with the left eye, eyes over it. It's the stroke that everyone on tour is trying to achieve with varying degrees of success. Profile 3 is Jack Nicklaus. 4 is Tiger Woods. That's a bit bigger arc inside down the line. Profile 5 was Justin Thomas when he first went on tour. 6, Jason Day. 7, Ben Crenshaw. 8, and 9 is Lauren Roberts. Okay. So the first part of the assessment to try and find your profile is assessing the trail hand grip. Basically what we get you to do is you either hold a putter in your hand or a wedge, any club really, with a round grip. We get you to hit some putts or just swing the putter, move from a on top position to an under position, somewhere in between. And what we're looking for is stability. There should be a spot where we feel the least amount of torque. Cover grip. Cover grip is hand on top. Basically the V between our index finger and the thumb creates, it points straight up at our trail ear. Cover grips tend to swing the putter most on plane. The tendency is to close the stance, particularly for the forward ball positions. If the player has difficulty to control the trail hand, the alternative would be the saw grip. That also plays as cover because the elbow orientation is out this way. Neutral grip, somewhere in between, someone like a Tiger Woods. Players who use a side on a neutral trail hand orientation will typically have a swing plane that is parallel to their body alignment. Putter face is square to the trail palm. Typically we see a square face to path through the stroke. So those middle ball positions, like your profile 2, 5 and 8, neutral grips have the easiest time producing those strokes. And then we have the strong or under grip. Players who have an under tendency will typically swing the putter right of their body alignment for a right-hander, so those arcs that are inside down the line. The putter face tends to close the trail hand. Alternatively, another form of the under grip is left hand low, as the forearm alignment tilts to the right. Next, we want to find a balanced posture. How do we do it? Well, there's 2 things. We actually want to find a balanced posture and ball position. So how do we do that? We get you to take a video from down the line and face on. With your feet together, we will take a video. We get a linear reference, a line on the ball to a target 10 to 15 feet away. with your feet together, you'll go in and strike a pose of a position where you would be holding a putter, and then we move you around and try and find where that line looks straight. Typically, if we put you in that profile 2 position with your eyes directly over it, the line for most people will look left. And this is where we try to, instead of trying to fit someone to that perfect model, we're just trying to find where the line looks straight, and then the torque you produce from that setup, we're trying to match that with the putter. This is what a balanced posture model would look like. If we look on the left here, we can see this is for typically someone that's shorter arms, shorter height, will look more like this. They have an easier time getting more linear and rotating the chest. The middle one is people who will typically swing their arms around the base of their neck, and then the first one on the right are your tall people with long arms who swing their arms. But basically what we're trying to do is get the base of the neck to line up with the toes, so your center of mass is perfectly in the middle of your feet. From here we create a stable setup, and you're not going to move around a lot when you swing the putter. So ball positions, so through the vision test, how far the ball is relative to your eyes laterally and horizontally determines the orientation of the arc. Below we see a center posted player with the 9 profiles relative to the head. So we can see here for a right-handed golfer, profile 1 is just outside the edge of the head, profile 4 edge on the left ear and lines up with the forehead, and then profile 7 is edge of the ear outside the forehead. Those are all the arcs that are tilted to the right. So you can see when you're trying to swing a putter across your body, you swing around this way, you're going to arc it more on the inside. The middle profiles more lines up with your center of mass, so you're going to have more of an arc that's equal both sides. And then those back ball positions, you arc it more to the left, as your center of mass is closer to in front of the golf ball. So once we have determined the ball position and grip, we can fit a putter to the arc produced from the setup. 4 ball positions produce arcs tilted right, middle positions produce equal both sides of the ball position, and back ball positions produce an arc tilted to the left. So we've got a few examples here. These are all the middle, well, we've got profile 7, profile 8, and profile 9. And then I've given you a handout of the putters that match those profiles. So if we go back and look at, we'll just go through a couple of examples. So profile 1 is, as that arc is tilted to the right, we probably want something that's going to swing a little bit shut. So typically these players will use, a good example would be the Spider X model in the plumber's necks, because we know full degree of offset will swing more shut relative to the path than varying degrees of less offset. Profile 3 is your pure face balanced. Double bend mallets or single bend mallets. Putters that don't really want to rotate, this will fit this model, because as we can see that the putter in the backstroke, there's not a lot of arc, so we don't need a lot of rotation. Profile 6 is the Spider slant neck model. So specifically the back COG putters, those putters, the center of mass is further back in the head and it has a bit of toe hang. So that putter is free to rotate in the backstroke, and because the center of mass is further back in the head, it resists closing. So you can swing the putter back, that putter stays more open, doesn't want to close, and we can just keep turning to the left and we don't have to worry about that pull showing up. Profile 7 is full toe hang, full offset. Profile 8 is full toe hang, half offset, and something with the center of gravity slightly further back in the head. And then profile 9 is our full toe hang, zero offset, or the spider slant neck is a good model for this. Any questions? No? Great.